8 p.m. tonight. 11 players, 60,000 people, really super convinced that we are ready to beat them.
Nothing to fear, let's go! Arsenal sail through to the semi-final in style.
We're here to create our own history.
What a goal from Declan Rice!
These big games, for me, I feel it brings the best out of me.
We want to do some amazing things with this team, and that's our goal, that's our focus.
Fantastic finish!
I always live by the quote, it's not what you see, it's what you believe. I want to win, and I want to win wearing this badge.
20 years, and for us is a great opportunity, and we're gonna make it happen.
What's going on, Gooners? And as you can see, we are in the Arsenal Stadium ahead of one of the biggest games of probably our season, and that is the semi-final against, oh mate, it is against one of the top clubs within the Champions League, and that is, of course, who's it?
Paris Saint-Germain.
Paris Saint-Germain. That is an absolutely crazy game, and I'm with my guy, Jezza. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. So excited for this game. It means, obviously, Champions League semi-final, but against PSG, obviously, I'm from Paris.
Yeah, that's what I wanted you to say. I didn't want to get the name wrong. You said Paris.
That's why, yeah. I know you wanted me to say, so I've got the right pronunciation, right? Can't get it wrong.
Yeah, you have to. You've got to respect them.
I got so many messages from, my French people in Paris, and they all be like, guys, sorry, today I've got to be against you, right?
Yeah.
I can't shout for you. I'm proper gooner tonight, man.
I love that. Listen, before we get into everything, of course, you just finished a marathon, bro. I heard that you won it. You was first.
Yeah, I won it. You didn't see me on TV. I was the first one finishing. Yeah.
How was that, bro?
It was brutal, man. Yeah. It was hard. It was the hardest thing physically I've ever had to do, really. Oh, yeah. You can't, I've prepared 8 months for it, and yeah, it was tough, man. Proper hard.
Crazy. So when you crossed the line, you must have loved it.
Yeah, and I was close to just rebooking for next year.
Oh, really?
Hell no.
He's not doing it again. I love that. Of course, you did it for a great charity, and you raised a lot of money as well.
I did, yeah, and I obviously thank you to everybody who's just donated. I really appreciate, felt the love from everyone, and it really kept me going. It's something close to my heart, so it was brilliant, man. Great cause, exceptional day, great experience, and all around fantastic, man.
I love that. As of course, the atmosphere that was building around, fans are starting to fill up the stadiums. So let's talk about our team a little bit. And we've got to talk about our last game. Of course, it's not the result that we wanted going into a game like this. We drew against Crystal Palace. How do we bounce back from that?
It's so difficult because everybody's mind's been focusing on tonight, right? It's the biggest game of our history, probably. It's huge. And players, he's ready. He's prepared. He's up for it. As a player, you just think, listen, Premier League's over and done with, and you don't want to get injured. You don't want to. So it's just very hard to just get performance knowing you've got PSG coming a few days later. So, and listen, it's not just us. You look at PSG, they've lost their last game.
That is true.
And they drew their game before, and they're not in a great, but same, their league's over, they've won it. So players now just all focusing on tonight. Yeah. So when you're focusing on a special night, special focus, you just kind of don't want to get injured. It's all about, I just want to preserve myself, do the right thing to come tonight and be the best prepared as possible.
Cool. Talking about special nights, this is probably a big night, and I feel like the supporters are going to play a big part in making this place very, very special. Do you think so?
It's just not even a question, mate. We've seen against Real Madrid. I think if we don't have the atmosphere in the stadium, we probably don't win that game comfortably 3-0. And so for me, the atmosphere tonight and the way we're going to make this stadium a fortress and make them PSG player walk on the pitch and feeling worried about the atmosphere and the fan and the pressure, that's going to be a big, massive plus for us.
And they're going to have to be, like I said, we've played them before, and the fans, they were very good. So we've got to up our level. And you think that's going to happen tonight?
We've got to, because their fan will turn up and make noise.
Yeah.
Because, listen, we played them in October, we won 2-0 comfortably.
Yeah.
Their fan was screaming, chanting right
Start
to
to
the end.
beginning. Yeah.
Even when they were 2-0 down, they were still on it. So they've got,
Hey there,
they've
man.
got,
You good? How you doing? Yeah.
Want to comment?
Yeah, you want to jump in?
So yeah, the fans got such a huge part to play, and I've got my boots. Mikel said, "Bring your boots." I hope everybody's got their boots, because we've got to come on at some point.
Listen, I can't bring them. If I bring my boots and come on, we're losing about 10-0.
No, maybe you come on as an extra player. We play like 12v11.
Is that? I don't think that's allowed, Joe.
Well, shame.
Imagine. That's a question. No, actually, it's more of a question for me, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
Go on.
In this team,
Yes.
if you used to go a whole season,
Yeah.
how many goals do you think you'll get?
Oh my God, that is 10, 15?
10?
Yeah.
Including pens or no pens?
They won't let me take the pen.
Why not?
Bukayo won't let me take the
That
pen.
is
He'll be
true.
like, just get out, mate.
Yeah. 10? I
Yeah.
think 2.
2?
Yeah. 1 a pen, and maybe
and
like
one a tap in.
a deflection from a corner or something.
What about a pen with no keepers?
Then 0. Yeah, I'll probably sky it. I'll be so much pressure. It'd be absolutely crazy. But listen, we have been great at home here in the Champions League. Let's talk about our journey so far at home. We're quite good. I think we're unbeaten.
Yeah, definitely. We've had a great campaign. Obviously, went through the not group stage, but went through the whole 8 games.
Yeah.
Brilliant, great performance along the way. The one that obviously stand up is that Real Madrid game. Obviously, Declan Wright scoring two free kick when he's never took a direct free kick in his life before. It's just unreal. It's just stories you've never heard before. It was like kind of it's meant to be. It's written in the stars, man. So you just think we've been fantastic here. We've had great support, and tonight's another night, And I know it's a semi-final, but players just got to take it like it's a big game, obviously, because it's been everybody's mind. They know what an occasion it is, but you've just got to go and perform. You can't get overwhelmed by the occasion, because then you'll just crumble and then you'll end up having a poor game. So you've just got to turn up, and I think it's one of those nights where the guys that do turn up tonight will just end up being the hero, like Declan done in the quarterfinal. Who's going to be tonight? Could he be Saka, Martinelli? Who's going to turn up tonight and do the thing? Let's hope it's an Arsenal player anyway.
Is there been a situation where the moment is taking you? Like it's been too much.
Listen, to be honest with you, I remember that campaign in the Carling Cup, just before I left the club, where we went into the final. I had an absolute amazing run, scoring in every quarter-final against Liverpool.
When you scored the win against Tottenham?
Against Tottenham, in the semis here. And just so buzzing for the final, and unfortunately I didn't have a great game. I might have just mentally thought too much about it, too much pressure. And then just woke up on the day, keep thinking about it, and then just went on, and then kind of went through the motion of the game, but didn't really do much, And then I was just disappointed with myself at the end, because we lost, and because I thought I could have done much better.
Oh man! Of course, we talk about us beating them last time. Is that something we can take motivation from? I know the squad is a bit different from, like, we're missing people like Kai Havertz and Partey, but is that something we can take 100%. Into this game?
You obviously do take in consideration as a player. You just think, listen, we've beat them once, we can do it again. But the players are not silly. They know that, there've been a lot of changes in our teams, in their teams, players injured, forms come into play. Pires have been fantastic since, the way they've beat Liverpool above 2 games was just crazy. Villa as well. So they're a great team. There's no doubt about it. So you've got in the back of your mind that you can do it, because you've got to believe we beat them 2-0 before. But that game's over. That was a long time ago. And now it's just all about the form tonight, today, and that's all it's about, really.
Yeah. And listen, we got to talk about the team that also we played that were here. They were missing a lot of players. So what can we expect from this PSG this time? I don't think Dembele was playing. The Napoli
That yeah, the
I
name
really
that
can't pronounce his
we
name.
can't pronounce his name. He's amazing though.
Yeah.
He's been on top
Yeah,
form
he's
since
been
joining
on fire,
Paris,
yeah.
man. He's every time I watch him play, I don't think I've ever seen him play and have a bad game. So they've got players, Doué as well. He's just a special talent. Barcola, obviously, Dembele. But for me, you know what? We all talk about them big names and we forget to mention them three midfield.
Yeah.
And, I think they're insane. Vitinha, Neves and Wiz is just unreal. Not big name, but
Do you think
how
that's
they
where the
control...
battle is gonna-
I think it's huge.
Yeah.
And that's what we were talking about. Partey missing is going to be, it's just a big key of the game because whoever replaces him is just got big boots to fill. Because that midfield is going to be about controlling the passing, the tempo of the game. And that's going to be huge because to feed your front player, you need to control the midfield. We're not really a team that hits it long quite quickly. We like to get through the lines and through the midfield. So we'll have to control that. But we've got some team and some players to beat.
Of course, we can take some inspiration from the women. Of course, beating Lyon in the
I didn't see
semi-final.
that coming. I must be honest. When
Really?
we lost here, I just thought going and beat Lyon over there. They're in the Champions League, they're
really
big
good.
Force,
Really,
man, I couldn't believe it, man. Absolute massive respect to the girls. They smashed it.
Yeah, they absolutely smashed it. And can we take inspiration from them getting into the final?
We've got to. Can you imagine 2 Arsenal team, the ladies?
Has that
and
ever
the men?
happened?
No.
Where the same team has been in the Champions League final?
I don't think so. Well, we've been in a Champions League final only once.
Yeah, that is true.
So I don't think the ladies were in the final that year.
Yeah.
Or maybe I might be wrong. I don't know, but I don't think so. But amazing, man.
Yeah,
that'd be
that'd be
absolutely
crazy.
incredible.
How as a player? Yeah, that's what I was saying. How as a player does tonight make you feel? Like, say you're a player in the dressing room, you're coming out. What's the feelings that you're feeling? What's going through your mind? What music you're playing? What food you eating before you come out?
I'm putting some just some tough, hard music, really to get me going, get me angry, get me fired up.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just the feeling that it could change your life.
Yeah.
It's one of those days today that could change a player's life forever. Like Declan's career probably changed after him scoring them two free kick. We've known Declan Rice, but on the world stage like this, tonight could be someone else. And yeah, man, it's just huge. It's huge. And then I think tonight as well could detect what's going to happen next week because I do believe that if we didn't win 3-0 here against Madrid,
It would have been a
we
different
don't go
story.
to the Bernabeu and control the game and play the same way. So I do believe that what happened tonight has got a massive key to what's going to happen next week at the Parc
Do
des
you think we
Princes.
need another big score here to take away to?
I think
have you
we-
played in?
I scored there as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just to
Okay,
mention.
all right.
I scored in my home city. Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
brilliant!
Yeah, man.
And what's it like? What's the?
The atmosphere is crazy, man.
Yeah.
I know it's not as big as
Yeah.
here, but the fan is just they're intense, they're loud. It'll be a tough atmosphere to go into. And if obviously we've been at the Bernabeu, so we know. But when you've got 3-goal cushion, you kind of
Soak up.
it gives you that belief and that energy to defend for your life. Like you just know you've got some cushion. If you 0-0 tonight or 1-1 and you go there, bit different.
Yeah, very different.
Very different kind of, match management and game plan and stuff. So I think tonight is going to be massively important. Obviously, if we can do another great performance, a 3-0 win, then amazing. Yeah, but let's be honest, it's going to be tough.
Look, we're talking about the big players that need to step up and can step up in like Declan and Odegaard. Who do you think is like someone we haven't spoken about that you think has to have a great game to get? I'm thinking Miles is going into a semi-final of the Champions League. Like, what is he going to be thinking? Is he like?
To be honest, I've seen what he's done. This kid, he won't be scared at all.
Yeah?
He'll be like, it's another game, no problem.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who he plays against. He's just controlling, calm, composed, do his job physically, just goes into battles, win his duels. And yeah, man, just do you know what? I don't know who's gonna be the superstar tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I've got a feeling someone's just gonna step up tonight and have something special.
Yeah, I feel like I've got a feeling that Martinelli's just he's gonna do something.
He's back to his best, man. He's back on form. He's back to his best. He looks sharp, and I just think it's an evening for him tonight, man.
Oh man, it should be interesting. It's going to be absolutely interesting. But listen, the team news has just come through, so we're going to have a look and see who is in the team today.
I'll tell you now who's going to step up. Give me the team, and I'll tell you who's stepping up.
All right, cool. We've got Ryan goal, Timber, Saliba, Kivior, Lewis Skelly, Rice, Moreno, Odegaard. So I'm guessing
that's the midfield, right?
Moreno's going to drop into midfield. And then we've got Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, and I'm guessing Trossard up front.
He's the one.
Yeah?
He's the one stepping up.
Yeah?
I'm telling you, he's the one scoring tonight.
Listen, I feel like this is a game for someone like Leo Trossard. I feel like this is the sort of game where he can turn up, do his thing, and I've got a lot of faith in him.
He's the one, man. He'll score tonight. I've got a good feeling he'll score.
Yeah?
I like that little goal he scored at Goodison Park at Everton.
Good. Yeah.
That is top goal, man. That left foot.
Yeah, I think it was his first brace for us. I might be wrong. His first brace for us? I might be wrong. Is that right? Cameron's like, I don't know. Maybe either. But it might be his first brace. I'm not too sure. Fact check me, Nicole,
Listen, don't worry, he'll have to tonight.
Love that. Right, let's have a look at the bench. We've got Neto, we've got Stepford, Tierney, White, Zinchenko, Sterling, Butler, Henry Francis, Kaba, and we've got Ethan Nwaneri as well. That is quite a young.
A few youngsters there.
A few youngsters.
Obviously, we know Nwaneri. We've got a few other youngsters that haven't played Champions League yet. So
mate, this is a game for Tierney to come on. Listen, this has been my dream, by the way. I might be testing fate here, but we get to the final. Yeah. Tierney, bicycle kick.
Wow. Listen, why not?
To win the Champions League for us. What do you think?
I don't know. First, let's just go to the final.
Let's get there first.
Yeah, let's go to the final.
I might be getting ahead of myself.
For me, that's too far.
Let's get ahead of myself.
Let's go to the final. But Tierney overhead kick. My God, man.
I can see it. I can just see it. Oh, man, I can see it. But let's have a look at the bench. Of course, we've got White. White hasn't... I think he was injured before.
Yeah, he hasn't trained much lately, and he's been quite injured and stuff. So
what do you think he'll bring off the bench when he comes on?
Listen, I've always said I enjoyed watching him on the right-hand side when he used to overlap Saka. I think them two had a great partnership. So he's always a great player to have on the bench. I know he's more defensive, and most of the time you're looking for the offensive player, but I still think offensively he's got something to offer, which is a bit different from Timber. So I'm happy he's in the team. Not sure if he will come on. It all depends on how the game's going to plan and how the game's going to go. Are we going to need defender to come on or not? Or are we going to more look at forward players like Ethan to come on and change the game, or Sterling? Who knows? But it's good. The more experience and quality we've got on the bench who can make the difference and change games, that's what we need, man.
And speaking about defenders, of course, Kivior's had to step in for Gabriel. He's done an amazing job, man. He's really done the business.
Everybody I spoke to when Gabriel got injured was, oh God, can Kivior step up? He hasn't played much, and every time he plays, he only plays one game there and there. It's difficult for him to get match fit. And it was a bit of a question mark, let's be honest, because Gabriel and Saliba have been unreal. Both of them. That partnership's been incredible. So when you lose one, we've seen it a few years ago when we lost Saliba. Certainly, it was it was quite difficult for us. It was very hard for us. So I was thinking, let's hope that it won't be the same losing Gabriel, but he stepped up, and he's just like it's like he's played all season with Saliba. They're both, absolutely no difference whatsoever. So let's hope he's just pull another unreal performance tonight, because we're going to need him. Yeah,
we've got people like Zinchenko on the bench as well. He's played like big games like this before. Like
he's one of those as well. When we talk about Miles, who just feels like he can take the ball in small little places, and with pressure, with players around him, he's not fear, no scared. Zinchenko's the same. He can be in that central midfield player and he receives the ball, and you from the stand think, oh my God, don't lose it there, because we're in trouble if you lose it there. And he's just so control, nice passing. He reads the game well. He's just got experience, the guy. So yeah, I won't be surprised he comes on tonight and brings something on.
Oh, brilliant. Of course, another person on the bench as well. We've got Sterling. I feel like Sterling's got something to prove a little bit. So this could be the stage for it. He comes on and does something crazy. That'll set his.
Do you know what? That could change his. That could change his season, really, because he's had a tough season. It's been quite difficult since arriving at the club. I probably think he expected to play more as well. It didn't quite work out that way for him. But them nights, them moment can change 8 months, 9 months of your season, because all you need is coming on tonight, scoring the winner, and then suddenly you're a legend pretty much. Everybody here will be like, oh my God, Sterling, and you kind of like, whatever happened before, it's forgotten. It doesn't matter that you haven't had such a great season; it'll just be forgotten, and that's the beauty of football, though. And that's why we love it. So why not, man? Could be his night.
Could be his night. The beauty of football, you can hear the supporters in the Congos singing coming in, and it's absolutely crazy. If you're Mikel Arteta, you take him into the dressing room. What do you say to the boys, man? What do you say to the players?
Do you know what? I've been in that situation of playing finals, semi-finals, and been in my little bubble thinking, you know what, I just want to play good tonight. I don't want to mess up. I don't want to miss stuff. And sometimes you forget to kind of enjoy and embrace that moment, because you don't play a semi-final of the Champions League every season, right?
It's just crazy,
And maybe some of those players here tonight would never play again the Champions League semi-final. So you've got to try to, obviously, you've got to care, because, it's not about, I'll just go and enjoy myself and don't care. Because if you don't care, that means, just, don't turn up, man, So if you care, just go out, enjoy, have fun. And then just give everything you've got. Don't come out of the pitch with regrets and think, oh God, I should have, I could have done more. And that's all it is, man.
And that's what you have to do. Like, it's just like, obviously, we're going back to your marathon run, but you had a certain time that you wanted to do, but you're just like, listen, I need to get to the end. I'm going to put all my out in it just so I can get to the end. And that's probably what Mikel's probably going to tell the players.
Exactly. He'll be telling them, listen, guys, don't have any regret. Don't have no regret. Tonight it's a special night. The stadium is going to be on absolute fire. Everybody is just going to be supporting you, kicking every single ball with you. Just play for them. Just go and play and enjoy. And just give everything you've got. Fight.
You right, mate? You want to jump in now? No worries. Listen, I've got to get back to Bukayo Saka. We only speak to him a little briefly, but I feel like we've been kind of nursing him back in. Do you think he gets a full 90 years? Is this where we really need him now?
Do you know what? I think it might depend on how the game goes. I think if we need him till the end, he'll stay till the end. I think if we can afford, if everything goes our way, and can afford to maybe give him, take him off at some point, then obviously that'd be great, man. That means we're doing right, eh?
All right, cool. So I need to ask you one question. What are we thinking? Final thing, score predictions. I need that from you.
Wow. 2-0 to us.
2-0?
Yeah, 2-0.
Okay.
I think 2-0, man.
I think 1-0, to be honest. Right.
Okay.
I'm going to now take you on to our story so far in the Champions League. So have a look at that.
Here we go. We at the top and they want to be a part of it. Parts of it need an opportunity, we call of it.
What a journey we have had in the Champions League. We scored a lot of goals, man.
We have, man. We have scored a lot of goals. Some great performance. Some difficult game.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of, but most of it, man. Some great performance, great goals. Yeah.
I mean, let's pick out some of the moments. I think one of my moments, as probably as a goalkeeping moment.
Oh yeah, the first one.
Lanta save,
Yeah.
of course, double save from David Raya. Do you remember it?
I remember it. Yeah, it was the first game, right? And away, I always thought Atalanta away was going to be tough.
Oh man,
Here we go.
I love when the music
Here we
comes on
go.
unexpectedly.
Yeah, and then that double save, man. Just yeah, unreal, man.
And then, of course, we then paid PSG. I think Havertz and Saka scored in that game. I think Saka scored it was like a free kick.
Yeah.
And like it kind of went through everybody and into the back of the net. And I was thinking Donnarumma should have done better at that.
It's hard for keepers though, because sometimes you've got so many bodies in front of you, and that's why we've always been told when you take a wide free kick and you want to put it in the box, make sure that you curve it enough so it's still on target if nobody touches it, because there's so many bodies that run in front that sometimes nobody touches it and you end up in the back of the far corner.
Yeah.
So yeah, that game was, to be fair, that game, because obviously I'm from Paris, I was just like, I hope we win, right?
Yeah.
I hope we win, because otherwise, all my friends back home are just going to be on the phone. And I expected PSG to be a bit better. I must say, I thought it was quite a comfortable game. I just thought, okay, that PSG team that is not and now we've got them tonight. I'm thinking, they're much better now.
Yeah, they've got a different starting lineup, so it's going to be quite different. Question actually, growing up in France, who was your team that you supported?
PSG was my team, until obviously.
Came here,
moved here, and all the rest of it. Yeah,
I feel like it's different. Sometimes with supporters, with footballers, when they start playing for that club and they really fall in love with that club, you kind of switch your alliance a little bit.
Even before joining, obviously because of Arsene Wenger, Patrick Vieira, or the French kind of connection, Arsenal was my team.
English team,
abroad. It was PSG at home and then Arsenal abroad. But then I joined the club. I learned the history of the club and everything, and just fell in love with it.
Brilliant. So of course we move on, and one of the biggest performances probably, because a lot of people thought that we were going to have a tough time there, and that was going away to Sporting Lisbon, where we beat them 5-1, and what a game that was, man.
I was one of the first one thinking, when I saw this game, I thought,
it's going to be slippery banana.
We're going to struggle there. And then I remember watching the game at home, be a bit worried, and then suddenly bam, bam. I'm like, what are you worrying about, man? We've got this.
Yeah. Oh man, love that. And then of course we had a great game away. It started off not so great against Girona. I think we went 1-0 down, and then we got the penalty, and then Ethan with his trademark. It's becoming his trademark finish onto his left, whipped it.
Curvy. A bit like Saka when he comes onto his left foot. I feel it's like a very left-footed kind of style thing. Every left-footers, they always do that. They come inside on their left foot and curve it.
You remember Arjen Robben?
Yeah. and then but right-footed players don't really do that. It's like they come on their right foot, and then you don't know. Sometimes you go back far corner, sometimes it's like close. But left footers, it's like they always curve it in that far corner. It's like they've got that in their left foot. It's crazy.
I feel like that was a game where it was kind of like Ethan's like saying, listen, I'm part of the first team.
In the Champions League game, man, that's on the biggest stage, and it's a big thing. Doing in the Premier League, coming on, and it's different. Doing it in the Champions League away. It's a big thing. That's when you say, I'm here, man. I'm here to stay. I'm a big player.
I love that. And of course, we had another big score, 7-1 against PSV. Oh, mate, I wasn't expecting that either. That's another team where I remember last season, I think we went there and we struggled a little bit. I can't remember if it was either last season or the season before.
Yeah, it was a tough game, and that's why I was thinking that's going to be a sticky one. It can be, but because we played there first and then we play at home second game, I thought even if it doesn't go quite our way there, we'll bring it back to the Emirates and then we'll do the job here anyway. But game over, mate.
Yeah, it was over.
7-1 done.
And I've got to say, probably the highlight of the season was beating Real Madrid over 2 legs.
Yeah, amazing, incredible. I think this game here made the second leg easier and made us having to just defend, make sure we're doing all right.
Hey, what's going on?
Yes,
Just in time. Listen, we actually had a chat with Theo Walker earlier, so why don't you have a look at that?
Everyone's welcome.
Right, guys, we are pitchside, and I am joined by absolute legend Theo Walker. How you doing, brother?
I'm well.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, very good.
Listen, what are you doing here, by the way?
I'm with you guys, obviously, but I'm with Prime. I'm with Prime tonight.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with the team there. Looking forward to the game like everyone. It's going to be incredible. The sun's shining.
What have you
Amazing.
thought of the Champions League run so far?
I mean, you go to Madrid, particularly second leg as well.
Yeah,
I always
yeah.
feel like it's one of those. Actually, got it completely wrong. Because I said to a few people, I feel it'll be a draw the first game.
Yeah.
They need like a 3-goal swing going to the Bernabeu. Obviously they did that.
Yeah.
It's incredible. But look, if you beat Real Madrid, you beat anyone, I believe. But it's just the belief and the energy and so much positive energy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Coming around, like even coming into the stadium today, smiles on people's faces. There's some good things that happened tonight. History
You
tonight.
obviously were here. I don't know if you was here for the first leg. Was you here?
I missed it.
Yeah?
I
What do you
missed
mean you
it.
missed it?
Where were you? Where were you?
I know. Everyone's going to kill me, but I was doing a football camp with the kids.
Oh, fair. Okay,
yeah,
fair.
away. So yeah, for the kids, which was great.
Yeah.
But I checked the score in the morning, and I was just blown away.
Mental, innit? Absolutely crazy.
incredible.
What are we expecting from PSG? What do you think they're going to throw at us?
Do you know what? I feel it's a really hard one to call. I was just saying to yourself, I just feel it could be a bit of a basketball game to some extent, particularly the second leg. I feel Arsenal will win tonight.
Yeah,
I do feel like we'll win tonight. I do. But it's just the midfield battle is always key, and when you've got a big player like Pires, you just said it, missing, he's been incredible. He's getting better as well. But look, Mikel Arteta is in this job for a reason, for a good thing, and as well created history at the Bernabeu. Martinelli at this moment in time, which I'm a big fan of those players that want to just give it a go, do play with your strengths. He's now starting to believe that. And I mean, he gets rewarded with his goal. I don't think there's many Arsenal players that have scored it. Obviously, Bernabeu. Obviously, Henry's the only one, right?
Yeah,
So look, I'm positive about it's going to be a very positive result.
How do we get at them? What's our strong points, do you think?
Do you know, it's all about obviously our wingers, the forwards against the defence. They're fullbacks against our wingers. I think that's always the biggest key for me, battles. You look at the midfield, at times, but the guys that are going to affect the game in a different manner. I mean, obviously, when PSG played Villa, Rashford, who was doing incredibly well, came off, and then it's like the PSG players were like, "Thank goodness for that."
Thank you for that.
They won't get any breathing space tonight with the wingers we got in place. So look, I just feel that's where it's going to be won or lost. Yeah.
And to be honest, we know we beat them when they came here, but I feel like their attack wasn't as strong as it is now. Of course, they signed the guy in the. He's got such a long name that I can't even pronounce it. I'm not even going to attempt.
From Napoli.
Just say that. The guy from Napoli.
Wow.
And obviously he's going to be very, very different. Is that the person and people that we have to kind of look at?
It's the same kind of feel for like with our wingers against our fullbacks.
Dembele wasn't even playing when he was here.
So you got Dembele, you've got Douya, I think, who's an incredible talent as well. So it's exciting wingers tonight, and I don't think we've seen a fixture with this many wingers on playing at their highest level. And I think it's been a long time coming, so it's like what the stage is doing, semi-final at the Emirates.
Yeah, it's great.
It's going to be amazing. Yeah.
Listen, you need to inspire us, man. What do we need to do? Like, you say you're the manager, you're in the dressing room. What are we telling the boys?
I mean, look, I just feel it's all about positive energy, and it's from the way you walk into the stadium, the way you talk to your players, the way you interact with fans, or the way you interact with each other. I think that can always be a level above the other team, and I think you need to show a bit, intimidate them. I think the fans here as well. Mikel said about bringing the boots.
Yes.
I've got my boots.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, I've got my boots.
Okay, all right.
They're over there.
I'll bring mine, but you don't want to see me on the pitch.
But that's what I mean. Like, it's that creating those moments, those connections with the fans, because that's going to be so important tonight. Yeah.
Do you think we've seen the atmosphere here against Madrid? I know you were not there, Theo, but we've seen the atmosphere. That's got something to do, right? Do you think if they can reproduce the same atmosphere tonight, definitely help, right?
Do you know, I feel like it's going to be even better. I think it's going to be probably the best night in Arsenal's history for a very, very long time. And we've played in some incredible games, we really have. I mean, we lost to United, I think, back in for the Champions League semi-final back then. I think this is just incredible because there's more belief in this team that they can go on to the next level. And you know, when you got people who's come back from Egypt, Bukayo Saka, who's now playing at the level which we didn't, you know, we expect of him. He's just improving each and every day he steps on that field. I think the energy tonight, the atmosphere is so key, especially going into second leg at PSG, and that's how, because we know how intimidating, how scary it's going to be for there. But the players have gone to the Bernabeu and done a job which no one expected.
There's no,
so look, no fear. I think that's what it is. I think believe in your strengths. Mikel would be saying to play, believe in your strengths, trust each other, and then your world's your oyster.
All right, cool. Final thing, score predictions. What are we thinking?
Yeah, I'm going for, I think Arsenal will win by 1 clear goal.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm going for a 2-1.
2-1, okay. That was a great chat with Theo Walker. And listen, it's always great welcoming up
I love
a
to
legend
see
like Theo back here, man.
Love to see him, man.
Did your pulse crossed when you...
Yeah. We've, well, that final I was talking to you about, that was his first goal for Arsenal.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that must have been a great sight from there, like to see his...
He was a baby, man. He was only like 16, 17 at the time. So, just great talent, great lads. Great guy to have around, man.
Listen, of course, the keepers have come out, warming up for that massive game here against PSG. What's going through their minds, man? What they must be thinking.
He's got a job tonight. I said 2-0, so he's got to keep that clean sheet.
He's got to make sure he keeps them out. And of course, you missed it. The vibes, the musics were all going off, and the supporters are really starting to fill out this place, which we love to see. I know I already asked for your score prediction, but let's go a bit of in depth about your score prediction. Why are you picking a 2-1 win? Who do you think is going to score?
2-0,
2-0 strong.
Yeah, 2-0. I don't know. I just feel defensively we've been strong. I'm liking Kivio. Obviously, you know, Raya has been fantastic. I just got a feeling that we're going to keep a clean sheet. Yeah. And I think that 3-0 against Madrid just gave me like
a little energy.
I think here we can just beat anybody and not concede. So I'm optimistic, man.
Yeah, listen, the supporters have to be so much louder because, of course, you can hear the supporters, the PSG supporters back there going absolutely crazy. And this place has to be rocking.
It has to be. When you hear them and they're away, they come in and, you know, they're only tiny, don't even know how many. Tiny little section. We've got to step up, man. We've got to fill this stadium and then just make them like they're not even there.
Yeah.
That is what the fans got to do tonight.
Love that. Well, that is it from me and Jezza, pitch side. I'm going to throw it back to the studio to Nicole and Femi.
Studio with our incredible studio audience. Yes. Oh, you guys, we don't have favourites, of course, but you guys are amazing. And you might have seen my incredible co-host, Ezra Collective's Femi Colioso.
Thank you.
We call up the big dogs for big nights.
This is a big night. Do you know what I mean? When we moved into the Emirates Stadium, it's nights like this we all dreamt about. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad the Champions League semi-final is here in North London. Very excited to get into it, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we should probably address the fact that we are twinning.
Yeah.
Today,
well,
everyone's thinking
Did you not see Mikel's statement? He was like, I want you to turn up in your shorts and yours. I've got my full kit underneath this. And so, I'm ready to play. He said he wants us all to play. I'm ready to play. Do you know what I
mean? Are you referencing that incredible social media post on Arsenal socials?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Mikel giving that, like, amazing speech. Like, I'm not a player, obviously, but I was like...
Did everyone hear it? He said he wants all 60,000 in that building to be on the pitch and play, and I came dressed to play. Do you hear what I'm saying? So, very
You'd
excited.
be a bit hot in that, I would argue.
Yeah, like I said, shorts underneath. So, you know...
You'd also have a long way to get all the way there.
Exactly.
This is a huge night, and we're going to come to you guys and find out how you are feeling. Femi, have you been thinking about this the past few days across the weekend, or have you kind of put it out of your mind until today?
It's like I've tried to ease the nerves and put it out of your mind, but then every now and again I had a croissant for breakfast. I was like, oh snap, PSG. Do you know what I mean? It was like, oh, maybe I should have cereal instead. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's been on my mind, but more than anything, it's just been excitement. You know what I'm saying? I'm just excited. I thought Real Madrid might have been one of the best nights of my life. I'm excited for this to overdo it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm just excited for Arsenal, for what it means to us as Arsenal fans. This is the kind of thing we've all dreamt about, so it feels great.
So well said. I don't know about you, but I'm wearing my lucky ring. This was my nan's, and she was a massive gooner. And my brother messaged earlier. He lives in the Caribbean, and I was like, "Are you taking time off work and going to the pub to watch it?" He was like, "No, I've been watching it in the same place over like the past however many match days, and it's brought us good luck." So I was like, "Okay, does anyone have any rituals?" Yeah, I don't get the mic.
Go for it.
I do have a good luck charm.
Yeah?
It's my little dog, Lexi.
Oh.
When she was a puppy. So every time I've worn it to a match, we've always won.
Really?
So Lexi, bring us luck. Yeah.
Okay, so if we don't win, we know who to blame.
No. She's not involved. If you don't win, then it's not her business. But
You set yourself up there. What we should talk about, by the way, is Arsenal women's incredible win on the weekend. My word. I mean, emotional roller coaster.
They gave it to us. They gave us everything. The drama. That part of me, and I don't feel like I'm alone. I thought it might have been done, and then they showed us why you never ever give up. And what a performance. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, and we can see the highlights from that match in the Women's Champions League against Lyon. And, Femi, like you said, look, 2-1 in the first leg, which is, an all right scoreline. You can come back from that. Come on, of course. We've seen them come back from that before in the Women's Champions League, from being down.
Yeah.
But Lyon are such a good side. Their women's team are incredible. They've won it so many times. So I was a bit like, but they absolutely smashed this second leg. It was like beautiful stuff. Do you think not that the men need anything to give them a bit of a boost, but do you think they're kind of like, oh, okay, come on then?
100%. It's kind of that for me felt like the first half. This is the second half. All of them are going to make it to the final. Do you know what I mean? So excited, but I'm so proud of that achievement. It made me proud to be an Arsenal fan. So many moments do, but this in particular was just really special. And it just goes to show when it comes to the Champions League, it really is over 2 legs. And anything can happen, so you just got to keep cheering and shouting until the very final whistle and see what happens.
Absolutely incredible. Guys, hello. How are we feeling? I mean, I love that we're still seeing the highlights because we scored quite a few goals, so we're going to kind of still focus on that. But I do want to know how we in here are for. Oh, you don't have a microphone. I mean, I know you can all shout. Confident. Oh, hello. And just like that, we have a microphone. Ta-da! How are you feeling? Talk to me.
I feel really excited. I think it's so easy to get caught up in the nerves, but I think for like many of us, it's probably going to be the first Champions League semi-final we remember. Because I was little, I don't remember the excitement of it. So I'm feeling excited and trying to not get nervous. Because as we were saying earlier, we were having chats, us being nervous is not going to make a difference, is it? We need to be energetic, so that's the most important thing.
I know, but you're a tiny bit nervous.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're all feeling so confident in here, which I love and I'm here for. Maybe I just have a nervous disposition.
It's hard to not feel confident. When you saw what they did to Real Madrid, you just have to believe this team can do it. So let's just be excited.
Okay, now guys, we always have very special guests on Live from N5.
Yep.
Today is no different, and we are starting off, Femi,
Yep.
with a big name. You'll know her from things like Game of Thrones.
Nice.
Yeah, Fast and Furious. Yeah, not bad. It is a brilliant Natalie Emmanuel. Hi.
How are you? Welcome.
Do you know each other, or was that just a really lovely?
That was just
I'm a hugger.
fan being honest. That's all that was. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You can stand here.
Okay.
This is perfect. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us. How are you? How are you feeling? A huge game in North London tonight?
I mean, you can feel the excitement, can't you? It's just in the air, so it's really exciting to be here at the stadium and to sort of feel it firsthand. So it's amazing, excited and nervous, of course.
How did you become an Arsenal supporter? Is it
well, I have to say, I'm like a newer Arsenal fan.
Cool, love that.
All are welcome.
My partner of 9 years has been solidly,
respect to the partner,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
It worked finally. It's also as well my agent in London. Her father-in-law was legendary Frank McLintock, so I've been hearing about Arsenal for many years, and so here we are.
So you come to a lot of games with your partner. Did you have much choice in which team you were going to support, or was your partner just like, nah?
Oh no. I think it's it's an Arsenal household.
Yeah.
So.
All the best ones are. So congrats, you know.
How are you feeling then ahead of tonight? Yourself and your partner. Nervous energy, or feeling good, feeling confident?
I think we're just really excited. I think, like for me, I haven't seen that many live football games, but they've mostly been at the Emirates. It's mostly been here, so it's really great to be back. And obviously, I know this is a very exciting time for Arsenal, just with the women's team and the men's team being at this stage. So that's amazing. And yeah, I just feel excited and like really like just want everyone to feel positive about the outcome.
You've worked on so many amazing things, but I'm curious, what do you kind of get stopped in the street most for? Like, I feel like as an actress or like musician, people will know you for maybe different things, and some of them might be a bit rogue. Like Game of Thrones is probably the most common one.
To be honest, it really depends. Everybody watches different things, and sometimes people will say one thing that I'm like, oh, no one ever says that. That's really cool. But I think probably Game of Thrones, and it's a toss-up between Game of Thrones and Fast and Furious. And you know, if you've been watching my career for a long time, a lot of people drop Hollyoaks, which I always really respect. That's the beginning.
I was there. You know.
Thank you so much.
Amazing. What are you working on at the moment?
Well, right now it's I've been working on my own stuff, like getting into producing and trying to build some projects of my own, and then like come end of summer into the autumn, I've got a couple movie projects that should be going then. So nothing I can really talk about explicitly, but yeah, this thing's happening.
That's exciting.
How different is producing to kind of, I suppose, being in front of the camera?
Oh, you just realise how much work goes into everything before you just show up as the actor. You're like, oh yeah, this all just happens. No, but it's really it's been a really exciting and informative process, because you just learn how much goes into setting up a project, like how you collaborate with people. There's so many stages, there's so many variables, and just like learning that. And I'm very new at it, so it's always fun to learn something new for me. So
I guess when you're from the lens of producing, I guess things that are influencing you are able to leak out maybe a little bit more than if you're kind of given a strict script as an actor. Has anything to do with the Arsenal, London, North London ever seeped into some sort of inspiration or influence, you know?
Well, I think what I have learned from coming to games and just like watching Arsenal like over the years, you realise how much pressure these players are under, and I can relate to that. I can relate to being in these highly extreme pressure and having to then deliver under that pressure. And I think that is mirrored in the kind of film and TV industry. Not in the same way, of course, but like it's just incredible to see that with the team and such young players as well. And I've been experiencing this for a long time too, since I was really young. And so I think everything that you learn as an actor or in this industry, kind of like now I'm sort of wanting to build my own projects from the ground up. You know, you realise that the stakes change again in a new way, and you have to adapt. So I think it all just informs it, yeah.
For sure, and it's also so competitive, right?
Yes, exactly.
Tough industry, and especially to have longevity. And I'm looking at Femi as well, because as a musician, like it's probably the same. It's such a competitive industry.
100%, but so much of what you said, you know, feeling under pressure, but feeling like you have to deliver at the same time.
Yeah.
But then also just loving it and loving the process. And I know those players, amongst all of the nerves and the pressure, they do love it, and you can see it on their faces. And similarly, when you work in something like acting, something you love, you know?
Yeah, I think you don't get to this level of anything if you're not 100% committed. And I think that's just what you see on the pitch. It's like, you know, you don't just get that good. You have to really work at it, and you have to take knockbacks. You have to, I mean, overcome injury and come back, and whether it's being told no or rejection, or that's like, it's hard. And so to keep getting up and going again is like something that you can only like respect and be inspired by. So
100%. We are going to let you go and get ready for the game shortly. What is your score prediction?
So the household score prediction is
I was actually going to ask for your partner's score predictions.
So 2-1 to Arsenal.
Okay.
And a goal by Saka.
Yes,
At least one. Maybe two.
We were talking about good luck, and I feel like these scarves are going to bring us the luck. So this is for you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. Please give up one more time for the brilliant Natalie. Thank you so much. Bye. Oh, brilliant stuff. Oh,
that was nice.
I love Game of Thrones. I don't know why I'm whispering. I was doing this when
I was in the Fast and Furious, so I was just like, you know, The Rock, and do you know what I mean?
So I've not really seen it, but I know it's huge. I know Fast and Furious is huge.
It's pretty big, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's a pretty big, you know.
Quite large.
Yeah.
We have more special guests. We're not going to have to do any talking.
No.
This is quite lovely.
Like Avengers Assemble, you know what I mean? Keep them going.
A brilliant duo. Jordan Stevens from Israel Kicks and the wonderful friend of the show, presenter, he does a bit of everything, Roman Kemp. Hello.
Yeah. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Hello. Nice to see you.
Good to see you. I'm good to see you.
Everyone's saying hi. We'll stand here. It's like we're about to do a little dance off.
Yeah, I'm
a bit
here
weird.
for it as well.
I've joined Rizzle Kicks.
Yeah, well, Roman, that was my joke.
Sorry. Gone early.
You stole my line in. How are you both? How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Nervous.
I feel sick.
Yeah. He feels at the point of vomit, but you know it's all good.
On Sunday night, I couldn't go to bed, and my dad texted me. He was like, "Oh, what are you doing tomorrow?" I was like, "Mate, I can't even talk to you." I was like, "Why?" And he goes, "Because I've just realised that tomorrow night it will be tomorrow night."
Yeah. I don't know. I feel it's mad. I was here for the last game, which was obviously unbelievable. Couldn't believe it, and so I want to feel that same kind of confidence going in, but I don't know. It's a big task.
100%. But you know what? That last game, if you can do it then,
I know
you can do it anytime. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I know. I feel like
it's one of them. Yeah. It's like you sound so stupid saying it, but it's like it honestly just depends if we turn up. Like literally, because I know that if we can play at our best that we have played, we will slap them.
Yeah.
We will.
No, I'm here for it.
But I honestly believe that.
Did Dembele play last time?
Yeah.
He was definitely in it.
Yeah.
It was just that.
It was just
what's his name?
When we beat them,
Dembele played? No.
He did.
No, he didn't.
What? It was Moani.
No. It was.
I don't think
Dembele didn't play last
He wasn't playing Moani.
Desiree
Kvaratskhelia wasn't there. No.
Kin Lee.
But we're gonna be alright because we got Timber. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, Timber and Coleman. my main worry is that they're gonna do a high press, and then we're gonna have to go long. Which obviously, if it goes to Starboy, I'm quietly confident, but.
Roman just looks terrified. You literally look like we're holding you hostage.
What do you guys think?
What do you guys think?
Do you know what?
I don't know. I'm sweaty.
I couldn't be more confident.
Are you confident?
I'm confident.
Everyone in here, they're all really confident.
No, it was so real.
I'm confident.
Easy. Okay.
No.
Yeah, what I'm talking about.
I'm confident.
Master of Skelly, generational.
Yeah.
Be the best club of all time. What's stopping us?
Stopping us, I don't know, because they don't have that same pressure. I mean, I don't know.
But what I will say,
they do have that pressure. Actually, they've been trying to win this.
The game back in October. We sat over there and genuinely it was. I'm going to say this. It was the most comfortable that I've sat here. No, I know, but it's still the same thing. If you think mentally, right? We played really well, and Saks came up against Nuno, so it'll be in his head. That
they got turned over by Villa.
Yeah, they did.
I actually have to remember that.
Yeah. And you know what? They are. On the other side of the pitch, they're like, oh my goodness, how are we going to deal with Saka? Oh my goodness, have you seen Martinelli? Have you seen... They're thinking that, and we've got that. Do you hear what I'm saying? So I'm confident, and I feel like over at the stadium, they're just going to give it a roar, give it a shout, and yeah, you have to go in with confidence. I mean, come on, it's been 16 years since we've been here. We can't be scared. We have to just...
Yeah, Roman.
And see what happens.
No, I can't. Honestly, I feel sick. You're playing Glastonbury this year, and what would you honestly say?
I haven't actually announced that yet.
Wow, you heard it here first.
Congrats, though, innit?
Congratulations.
You might as well tell us which stage they're in.
You're not playing Glastonbury.
No.
But it's going to come out at some point.
Okay, well, why not do it here first?
You're asking me if I'm more nervous about this game than
Then announcing when you may or may not.
No, I'm not. I'm definitely more nervous about the thing that may or may not be happening. But this is still going to be a phenomenal experience. The only thing I'm nervous about, obviously, is if they, like I say, press us early. That's the thing. I don't know, man. The only shakiness, obviously, we've had is with the two CBs a little bit. So it's like, I need prime Saliba tonight. I need it.
We're going to get that, though.
You promised me.
I'm confident. He's a French boy playing in London against PSG. He's going to be like, you can't come to North London.
He's got revenge on his mind.
Exactly. It's going to be. We're going to be fine.
Should we distract you for a minute? They're so chilled. We came in earlier, and I was like, "How are you guys feeling?" I'm a bit nervous.
No, this side ain't chilled. This side chilled. Oh, welcome, by the way.
Firstly, I mean, we'll get back to the game and Arsenal and all things goodness, but what are you guys up to at the moment? Jordan, last time you were here, well, I mean, Roman just gave a bit of a spoiler.
Well, I didn't give anything away.
I don't know what you mean. You were here with Harley and Rizzle Kicks, you kind of just got back together some months ago now. How's it all going?
Yeah, we put out an album just called Competition is for Losers, which obviously doesn't apply. Well, it does, it depends what happens. But so that's good, the music's great, and we've got some gigs booked. We feel good. Harley is actually here somewhere, but he's got his own congregation of people somewhere. He's actually the season ticket holder, so it's kind of a liability that I'm here, but it's fine.
Roman, what have you been doing?
Nothing. Being worried about this game.
What do you mean
Nothing. Not that.
You can't say that?
I can't say that.
Oh, right.
Another thing, see, you...
Yeah, but I can get you back on that. Okay, anyway.
Guys,
you could if you wanted to.
We also look like we've been coming further and further towards you and pushing you guys back.
Roman has been uncontactable for a while.
Yes.
Just terrified.
Yes. Yes and no, yes.
Well, have you been taking some time off, holidaying a little bit?
I love this.
Is that... I don't know what you...
He's just been away for a while. He can't tell you where he's been.
I can't say, but... I gave up saying
Yeah, listen, he's been away. He wasn't here for the last game.
And
why would Roman not be here for the last game? For a big reason.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll keep our eyes peeled for that.
Okay, I'll say it. He filmed Love Island. Yeah. He was in Love Island. I'm sorry to say it. I'm sorry. It was Love Island, but he didn't make a match. Obviously, he's taken. So.
You're both obviously very musical.
Yeah.
If you were in the dressing room, I feel like Roman is. You are musical.
Why do you look at me like that?
I didn't say anything.
DJ, radio presenter.
DJ's wild. Presenter.
I'm giving him some credit.
Yeah, it's a good show, man. No, you're good. Yeah. Musical.
What would you be playing in the dressing room? What would be your vibe?
That's a good... I know what you'd be playing. This is, come on. So what song would you play in the dressing room?
To get the spirit going, to get the boys motivated.
Yeah.
Ease the nerves. Go for it.
You go, because I don't
Down the trumpet.
Oh, yeah!
All right, yeah. The Elvis Presley, JXL, Little Less Conversation remix.
Wow.
From
the Nike advert or whatever. Yeah. Scorpion kick. Yeah, I'm here for that.
Come on, just be like,
respect, yeah.
That is... Those football adverts. Oh, we can't talk about the... Anyway.
This is going splendidly, isn't it?
It was just a good era of football adverts, okay?
Yeah,
by no particular brand.
And you both... Nigel Winterburn's gate crashing. Hello, Nigel. I don't know what is happening.
Someone told me tonight there was a big game. Is
that right? Yeah.
I don't know why. I just came for a beer, but I don't know what's going on. But anyway, enjoy the game. I'm telling you, get ready. What do you mean? You're not going to what? Do you want me to ask you a question?
No, not me. No, fine. Do you want Nigel?
I don't answer questions anymore.
Fair.
Be honest with me, if I answer a question, they've got to pay me too much. There's a bit of honesty for you. I didn't earn as much as these guys. We all have to make a living. Sorry to gate crash.
No, we love you gate crashing. Before you go, Nige, score prediction, please.
I said 3-1.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go. What do you mean? You weren't happy? What? Because I said what?
No, I'll take that. But you said I said it like I knew.
3-0.
All right, Nigel Winterburn's
I don't care as long as we win. That's all that matters.
That is the spirit. Thank you so much, Nigel.
What a legend. That was a moment.
I literally
Who else is going to come through the door?
Surprise! Yeah. Who knows? He was a legend. He's so nice as well.
Magic hat.
I'm going to let you guys go in a minute. But score predictions, please. Now, Roman, channel your confident, positive side.
I can see...
Give the prediction you want to see.
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah,
that's what I went for, yeah.
That's what I went... yeah. I'll say 2-0, just to boost some variation.
Yeah,
I'll say 2-0, and I'll say Martinelli and like some wild-ass strike from, MLS. He's got to do it. He's going to do someone's celebration. I don't know who. He's practicing someone's celebration. Yeah. Who has a... I don't know who it is. Yeah.
Perfect.
Amazing stuff. Right,
Cheers,
Roman,
guys.
Jordan, thank you so much. Well, Femi, I mean, you're walking over there. You're gonna have to come and join me again in a second. It is a revolving, rotating door here in the Live from N5 studio.
Say no more.
We now have a radio legend and also a radio legend, but a bit newer to the scene. It is Pete Tong and Jeremiah Asiyama. Hello. Hello. I'm the incredible Pete Tong. Hello. Hi. So nice to meet you. I don't know whether to shake hands, hug. I don't. Hello. Firstly, is your head not hot?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to put a sweat. I'm starting to put a sweat.
Welcome. Hello. I mean, Jeremiah, we'll chat to you, but you know, we go back. But Pete Tong. Hello.
It's lifelong ambition to have here.
Thank you so much for joining us. Tell us your story. How did you become an Arsenal supporter?
Probably 1969, when I was very small. The Swindon game, and then I was like heartbroken. And then a couple of years later, obviously we won the double, and it started at school playground, someone wearing an Arsenal shirt, and it went from there, and it's just grown.
Perfect.
Who were your favourite players that got you into the game as well?
Back in the day, I guess it was Charlie George, obviously.
Oh,
he gave me a tour once a few years ago here, which was lovely. He's still around.
Yeah, actually do.
Later, Liam Brady, obviously, all the way up to present day. So I think, John Radford. Yeah. So.
And being like an Arsenal fan for such a long time, I'm excited for nights like this because a new generation of Arsenal fan get to have some of those moments where it's like, what a moment to live through. Give us some of your favourite kind of moments that you've seen through red and white over the years.
Well, winning the double, obviously, winning the Premier League back at Highbury. I can think of the bad ones as well. I actually made it to Paris. Got one single ticket. Got to Paris, didn't even have a ticket. Got one single ticket in 2006, and then sat behind the dugout and had to watch. When we had the sending off and everything. So disaster from the start.
2025, we get to fix all of that. So.
Jeremiah, we'll come to you.
Fine.
I heard. So you went to Real Madrid, you went to the game.
Oh, yeah.
But I heard it was a bit of a wild journey. What on earth happened?
So I didn't tell work that I didn't have a hotel, nor did I find a cover for my show. So I just took the risk, went to Madrid with no ticket for the game, landed, the person I was meant to sort out my ticket didn't sort out my ticket. So I managed to get a ticket last minute, but I sit with the Real Madrid fans.
Oh no!
So when Martinelli scored, it was either I celebrate and risk my life, or I just celebrate inside. But you know what? I celebrated inside, and after the stadium, I met all the Gooners, and we lived our best life.
I mean, it was 5-1 by that point. I reckon you would have been all right. To be honest.
They started walking out, so it was great.
Oh my God! As if you went there without a ticket. Like, I respect that.
But you know, it's one of those things that's like once in a lifetime opportunity, because like,
real rock and roll.
I remember watching it as like a young boy at home. And I was like, even just seeing Thierry Henry and those yellow colours, and even just being in that stadium, knowing that. Like, it was just so beautiful. Like, I wouldn't want to change it.
Me and you in Munich.
Oh, Munich, bring it on.
Okay, yeah. So, what are your potential plans for that? Or shall we say the second leg of PSG out in Paris?
I mean, we did beat them here at the Emirates, and we did it quite comfortably. But I mean, this new PSG side with the players that they brought in and Dembele. I mean, not to give them too much props, but they're shining. But you know what? Lewis Skelly in his first season has been an absolute breaking the fence, and Kirill stepping in. So I'm feeling confident. I think today we'll get the result, and you know what? Real Madrid wasn't expecting it, but we did it. And we can't ever put too much pressure on the Arsenal, so fingers crossed.
Are you going to be out there then in Paris? Have you got a ticket yet, or are you going to do the same as Real Madrid?
You have to do my show, or I'll do your show.
Are you battling it out?
I mean, with work watching this, then I'm in trouble. But you might see me in Paris, and you might see me in Munich. So
it's closer than Madrid, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Pete, are you going to be there?
No plans right now, but we'll see how tonight goes, and then
okay.
It got discussed at home today. It's like, what about Paris next week? Do you fancy it? Yeah.
Do you get to go to a lot of games in person? Because do you live here in the UK?
I'm back in the UK now, but a lot, as many as I can. Obviously, when it clashes with clubs at the weekend and stuff like that. But I come all the midweek games when they're at home, as many weekends as I can. I lived in LA for a while, and I did that thing where you get up at like 4:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. I was there
So real
because it was
good
West
that has
Coast
to do that. Yeah,
so
exactly.
although the coverage is amazing, like you can see everything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What is it like for you though? Because, like you said, you've been supporting Arsenal for so many years, and you know we've had incredible moments. But then, of course, maybe 5-10 years ago, you know, it's not been as good for a while. But then it's been incredible again the past few years. So it's been quite up and down. How are you feeling at the moment?
It's amazing, and I just think to be here and see one of those like making history at this particular stadium as well, because you're right, we've been here a long time now and we haven't actually won anything here. So unfortunately I was away last week for a couple of weeks ago for the Real Madrid event, but I'm here tonight. And
perfect.
That's what it's all about, making history.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to let you go in a minute, but we're going to ask. Yeah, oh yeah, you know what's coming. A score prediction, please.
What's been
Merci beaucoup.
What's been everyone's rough idea?
To be fair, I want to hear you, and then we will get the.
I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna say 2-1.
All right.
Yeah.
That's been quite
that's kind of what I
consistent.
want.
That's
Yeah.
happened a few times.
I'm going to go 3-1, which
yeah.
I heard Nige did that.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
I
lovely
think 3-1.
stuff.
I want to keep a clean sheet,
Okay.
but those wingers are
Not with
scary.
your
Yeah,
prediction.
but they look
Those
good.
wingers are scary.
Okay, well, we'd take that, wouldn't we?
Yeah, well,
All
those
right,
fullbacks are
amazing
scary,
stuff.
and they're in red and white. So
Come
we'll
on.
see what happens.
There you go.
Exactly.
Guys, been a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us. Please give up one more time for Jeremiah and Pete Tong. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Shall I just stand here, stay here?
No,
just go
I think
back
we
to
can
it?
we can have a little breather.
Yeah, I'm getting my steps
for a
in.
moment.
I'm here for it.
You are,
Getting
yeah.
warmed up because I'm about to play.
I am warm, but I mean, incredible guests that we've had. But this is the thing, a big game like this for me, I mean, it does mean big guests.
It's just
they want to come, they want to join us here.
It makes sense.
Talk about their views. Can we chat to you guys for a minute also so that Femi and I can actually have a little breather?
Yeah, it's been quite an intense
Yeah,
level.
it's been non-stop. I feel like everyone in general's been fairly confident. I know we've got mixed feelings in the studio here, apart from Roman Kemp, who look absolutely petrified.
It kind of leaked into me a little bit, but I had to kind of try and reverse it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, not having that.
He looks so scared. So I know some of you down this side are feeling a little bit nervous as well. Talk to me, why?
Yeah, I'm definitely in the Roman Kemp department here. A pack of nerves, I've got to be totally honest, but it's excited nerves, you know? It's what is the goal? We can be in Munich in 2 games' time, you know? We have the capability of beating this PSG team. Like we've said, we've beaten the current champions of Europe. Yeah. So technically anything should be easier than that, but if it's the goal that's, you know, eluding me and making me nervous today. But, you know, I believe in anything here.
But is it the nerves? So is it the nerves of how good this PSG side are because they are absolute quality? Or is it more because this is such a huge game for us as supporters, so you're naturally going to be feeling a bit up, or a bit of both?
A bit of both, but I know Arsenal can beat this team. They can beat anyone on their day, like they said, but it's just, you know, we are capable of doing it, so you expect it. You know, we're not going in as underdogs. I don't think anyone else thinks that, but it's just the fact of just going over the line, and we can picture ourselves celebrating after 90 minutes, 120 minutes, hopefully not in Paris. But, yeah, Germany at the end of May, that would be sensational, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, don't. Oh.
Do you know what? I have to say, I've been thinking a lot while everyone's been chatting. Been thinking a lot. We are amazing against big teams. Like that, I think our problem this season has been that against some of the so-called smaller teams, sorry, you know, we haven't showed up. But if you think how we played against the big teams in the Premier League, the big teams in Europe, we have been massive, you know, even over 2 legs now, we've proven ourselves.
Yep.
So we've got to think, you know, recent history shows that we're a great side. And I think we almost have to put behind Premier League results from the last couple of weeks, even though it's quite difficult, and realise that they're obviously in a completely different gear when it comes to thinking about the Champions League. And they're obviously all so set on this goal. Everyone seems kind of like allied in their thoughts and their feelings towards it. Everyone is so united, and it just seems like a completely different competition.
100%.
So that is what I'm kind of hoping.
It's a completely different mindset. And I remember a quote from Arsene Wenger way back, and he was talking about, ironically, Liverpool, when they went through a patch of doing quite badly in the league, but then they won the Champions League. And they kind of said, what's the difference between the league and Champions League? And Arsene Wenger said, it's the atmosphere that Anfield creates. It makes it very difficult for teams to cut. And I feel like the Emirates, over the road, they can create that same kind of atmosphere out there. And, you know, I really do believe in the 12th man kind of, 12th woman kind of narrative. You know, I was walking through North London this afternoon, red and white everywhere. That's how you get to the final of the Champions League. So I'm kind of looking at it like no team wanted to play Arsenal. No team wanted to play Arsenal.
Yeah.
Real Madrid got the short straw and we showed them why it was a short straw. Yes. I'm sure we can do it again. So I hear what you're saying, totally.
And also, surely the players and Mikel, like, they've got to be feeling confident. You would when you've beaten Real Madrid.
Exactly.
Like, you're going to be looking around at each other, and we've got a lot of players in really good form as well. So you'll be looking around at your teammates going, we can do this. Like, and also I think what's interesting, and we spoke about this the other week, that, you know, against Real Madrid in the second leg, although we were so comfortable going into that, everyone out there, all the media, the talk was, oh, but it's Real Madrid, oh, it still might be on. But this feels like, I don't know about you guys, but I've not heard anyone kind of saying, oh, PSG are definitely going to do this. It feels like actually everyone's kind of taking Arsenal a bit more seriously.
100%.
I think that's fair.
100%.
Listen, the way Arteta looked down that camera lens today, I said, this man is speaking to me. I said, I was watching it, I said, I felt like I was in school and he was my teacher. I said, yeah, whatever you need me to do, I'm going to do. And I'm sure that the players are feeling the same. There's no doubt in my mind that we're going to do it tonight. And if the women are anything to go by, listen, we didn't get it the first leg, but we got it the second leg. So, end of the day is all that matters.
100%. Femi,
yes,
because I asked this to Jordan and Roman, so I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Obviously, a musician.
Yes.
What sort of vibe, what sort of music would you be playing in the dressing room? Is it kind of like getting a hype on, getting the mood going, or is it more, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like a motivational, inspirational song?
So you know what? I'm going to go down, I would go back down the samba route. I would play
Samba?
Yes, I would get them feeling Brazilian. You know when they go out there and they just feel like we are completely, you know Mash Granada when Black Eyed Peas did that remix? I'll play something like that and let them know, go out there and feel yourself, do you know what I'm saying? Keep the ball and show them who you are. You know, what I want to see from Arsenal is an Arsenal that is there to show and throw the first punch and say, this is who we are, this is what red and white is, this is what the cannon means. I want that version of Arsenal. You know, whether they high press or whether they sit back, I just want the Arsenal that seems proud to wear that jersey and dominate the match. And I play some samba because that's what that does for me. So yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm in that vibe, do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what, they just need to give me the aux cable, I'll do it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
For me was, I mean, he talked through the lineup earlier on and we've not spoken about it on the show. Who do you think is going to be our key player?
I think Timber and Skelly have a really massive integral role to play. PSG, by way of their wingers, that's where I think the threat is. I enjoyed watching them throughout this competition, but I also feel like I'm going to enjoy watching Timber kind of nullify that on the right and similarly on the left with Skelly. I also think our star boy Bukayo Saka has a big role to play. You know, I'm gutted that Partey is not in this squad today. And I feel like we lose something a little bit offensively going forward with him in the middle, just the way he can kind of absorb pressure and move it forward. But at the same time, you get that ball to Saka in a little bit of space, and I want to see him attack them in the same way. And that's kind of where I'm going with it. So yeah, definitely MLS and Timber for me have got a massive role to play. But I want to see Saka go at them and try and get a goal. So yeah, that's where I'm thinking with it.
Yeah, amazing stuff. We have another special guest gracing us with their presence. I love that Femi's trying to look to see who it is.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm so excited.
Friend of the show, Gladiators legend.
Okay.
It is Matt Morcia.
Hello. Good to see you. That was good to see you. How's it going?
Nice to see you.
Too, mate.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good, mate. It's a nice little setup here.
Yeah. Oh, it's changed, I think, since we maybe last had you here. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Serious
For me,
investment.
yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I feel quietly confident.
Yeah.
I feel almost. I feel bad saying I'm confident, but I feel confident.
I'm here for it.
I mean,
yeah.
Why not? I think we are objectively a better team than PSG. We are, aren't we?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it'll be tough. Like, they do have absolute quality in their side.
It will be tough, yeah, but I thought that before the Real Madrid game, we absolutely tore them apart. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, fair. What have you made of our Champions League run so far then?
it's been good. I think especially now it's quite cathartic because the league is obviously gone. I think the last few games have been a bit of a struggle. This is where it's all. Do you know what I mean? This is the exciting bit now, isn't it? This is it.
Yeah.
This is you spend years for games like this. This is it, isn't it? It's as good as it gets. Well, it's not. It's almost as good as it gets.
2 games time, and then it'll be as good as it gets. Yeah.
Who do you think is going to be key for us then this evening?
I feel like I think obviously Saka. I think Gabby. I think Martelli seems to he thrives in these kind of games. Do you know what I mean? I think he was good in both leagues against Madrid. I think Marino's a threat. I think PSG aren't a massive team. So I think we got aerial threat. Do you know what I mean? I think set pieces, corners.
I thought you meant massive as in like they're a small club. They're pathetic. No, they're not tall. Right.
They're not. I think we are a taller team comfortably. So I think set pieces we're dangerous, even more than normal.
Maybe a bit controversial, but which refereeing do you prefer? Refereeing within football or gladiators?
I was going to say, who's
your favourite referee?
I mean, Mark Clattenburg is a waste of space. I'm going to say within football. Actually, do you know what? No, that's even worse. No, let's go gladiators. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. You were in the pre-Real Madrid video, right?
What can I say? Yeah, little cameo. Solid 0.7 second cameo.
Yeah.
Were you doing push-ups?
It's just a daily routine, mate. Yeah.
How many did you do?
Hundreds. The full edit was like 7 minutes long.
Oh, really? I'm not sure. What else have you been up to recently then?
Just being a great guy. What have we been doing? I'm writing a book currently. Just doing other various little TV bits, a couple of little sneaky TV bits that are coming later in the year.
Yeah.
And then getting ready for Series 3. Series 3 is soon.
Amazing.
So I'm now full on Gladiator Trade, just doing a combination of weird things to get ready for Series 3.
Nice. So who wants to go up against Matt right now? Crazy. No? Okay. Who do you think could also do more press-ups? Simon Miller or Matt? I mean, don't worry, we're not going to make you do it, although that would be fun.
To be fair. Absolute unit over there.
You should have warned me. I would have done my own thing earlier.
Yeah, both units, I think, is what the cool kids say, right?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. What is your prediction for this evening? We are going to let you go shortly and not keep you too long.
I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like, jinxing is not actually a thing, is it? That doesn't exist. That exists in your mind. It's not real. I'm going to say either 2-0, 3-1, 3-1 Arsenal.
Nice.
I think we've had a few 3-1s.
You've joined Nigel Winterburn.
Nigel Winterburn.
And Jordan from Rizzle Kicks. So
there you go, a few 3-1s. Right, Matt, we're going to let you go and get ready for the game. Thank you so much for joining us. So back you go. Okay. I feel okay.
I feel great.
Do you?
How about you guys feeling?
I'm excited. Yeah, I don't know.
You're not convinced, are you?
I've got nervous energy, but then everyone else is kind of making me feel quite confident. And also, by the way, myself feeling a bit nervous, that is, I think we are so good. I believe in Mikel, I believe in the boys. It's a huge game for me. Like, it's a huge game. I would love us, like all of you guys. Oh my God, what it would mean to win the Champions League, the bragging rights, like everything about it. It would just be so special. That I think that's what it is, right? It's such a big moment and occasion that it's hard to keep your nerves or feelings in check, right?
100%.
Yeah, it's got so close. Technically 3 wins away from the Champions League. First ever Champions League. That's why I'm a bit more nervous today, because of how far we've come as well. But there's confidence there. You can't just be the 15-time European champions and not have confidence in the team. But also respect, because I know PSG are a good side. So thankfully we're very good defensively, and that's great to have when you've got PSG's attack. So I'm optimistic, a bit nervous, but that's football for you. You know what I mean? That's how games go. You can't always be confident, but I believe in the team. I think they can produce it, and let's see where it goes.
Yeah, and if you look at our run in the Champions League this season, it's been so impressive, right?
You have to
it's
believe.
So good.
You look at that run, you have to think it's possible. 100%.
Yeah.
I was going to say as well, so I think it's important to note, in many ways, I think we should just enjoy the occasion. Because getting here is an achievement in itself.
Yeah,
like at the beginning of the season, if I had told you, I think we talked about it earlier, if you said, okay, you don't win the league, but you'll be in the semi-finals of the Champions League, and from there, we leave it up to fate. Everybody would have bit your hand off, because it's a stupid idea, you don't eat at the head table until you win the Champions League. This is the closest we've been in ages. And I think that's why I'm not that nervous. I'm confident, but also I think the work we put in, getting here, being able to enjoy all of this, I think it's something to literally sit back and be like, man, let's just have a good time. And they're not going to do us proud, because they did it against Madrid. They've done it before, I believe, massively.
Oh, so true, It's about the journey, isn't it?
It is.
And a lot of the time you actually don't really think about that until you reflect once you're past it, and then you're like, wait, what? That was amazing. Have a look on the screen right now, because, oh no, everyone here is looking. I mean, you can, but it's more if you want to be in with a chance of joining us here in the live room, and you guys are like, who's zooming in on the show? Don't forget that by watching the show, you can earn My Arsenal Rewards points, which can be redeemed for a load of fantastic experiences on our member portal tonight. Enter the code you see on screen right now for 50 points, but be quick because you only have until 10 p.m. Okay. Oh, right. I feel like everyone's nervous, excited, a bit of a mixture of things. I just want to quickly get everyone's predictions in here because we're holding you all accountable before we head out. Because actually, also, by the way, it's Perry Groves on co-coms today. Adrian Clark is going to be kicking himself that he is not here. So,
3-1.
Yes.
3-1 to the Arsenal.
Let's go.
Right, let's go down.
3-2 to the Arsenal.
Wow.
3-2.
2-0 to the Arsenal. Yeah.
5-2, Saka hat-trick.
5-2, that is wild.
4-1 to the Arsenal.
2-1 to the Arsenal.
2-0 to the Arsenal.
4-1 to the Arsenal.
Come on.
Yeah. And Femi, what did you go with?
I'm going 3-1, but I'll
3-1.
take any of them. I'm good with any of those.
There you go, right. Guys, we feeling confident? Yes, come on. Right, that's it from us. We'll be back at half-time. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook or X, head over to Arsenal.com and the app for live kick-by-kick commentary. But for now, we will leave you in the capable hands of Perry Groves. But first, Dan Roebuck. Come on, Arsenal!
All right, let's go.
From M5 gang, the last time that Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain faced off in a semi-final of European competition was 31 years ago in the old Cup Winners' Cup. Kevin Campbell was the hero as they're going to secure a 1-0 second leg victory that would take them through to the final. Tonight, the two biggest clubs from their respective countries' capitals go head-to-head again, this time in the Champions League. Munich, the destination for the victors. The opening game in London before the return in Paris. 8 days to shape Arsenal's season. A tie for the ages. Neither club have lifted Europe's most prestigious trophy. Both desperate to be continental kings. The stage is set. Expect no quarter asked nor given. It is fight or flight. Mikel Arteta has asked the fans to bring their boots, to kick down the door. 2 fixtures for Arsenal to find their best form. Now is the time to step up. Perry, what an occasion, what a night tonight.
It's absolutely rocking in here, Dan. You said about Arteta saying bring your boots. The Arsenal fans brought their shin pads, their goalkeepers' gloves. They've brought everything because this is absolutely electric. And one thing that I would say is the atmosphere is fantastic like it was against Real Madrid. The players have got to actually control their emotions. The last thing you want is to lose your shape or lose your concentration levels in that first 10-15 minutes. So we just got to make sure that we settle down very quickly.
PSV pulverised, Real Madrid rolled over. Time to put Paris in their place.